We're here in the THP Tech Studio talking about the new Mizuno wedges, the ES21s. Looking at a number of different head options behind us here. What you can see straight out of the gate is this is not a standard looking wedge. It's very unique. A lot of wonderfully hidden tech elements that are involved in this product. And we'll be taking some time to hit some shots today, give you some club data, but I'd like to start off talking about some of the technology that's in it. The first thing they have is what's called quad cut grooves that have hydroflow micro grooves. And what that means is when you're in wet conditions, this actually helps the water get away from those grooves to make sure you're making solid contact with the ball for all you dew sweepers out there. The second thing we wanted to talk about here was the grain flow forged Boron infused steel. Now, it is a unique looking product. It's wonderfully finished in black. You can tell overall size-wise, they've done a nice job of creating a product material that actually suits the proper wedge weighting rather than having to worry about any sort of variances in what you're traditionally used to play. What I would say is the most compelling element of this product is their dead center CG. Now, you might be able to see behind me in some of these images, they have a center cut here that represents their CG, which has been moved from a traditional heel-sided profile into that dead middle section. And this is all about getting away from the heel and producing a more controllable spin for all you golfers out there. Finally, there's an element of hollow body that's in here. It's very unique. Looking at this, they have really interesting curved designs in the back. Now, some of you may say it might be a little bit chunky in these pictures. When you look down from the top, you really don't get that presentation. It slides so well behind it that frankly, I didn't know the difference between my typical gamer and this product here. These wedges do come from 54 to 60 in 2-degree increments with 2 different bounce options. One is their standard and one is their wide. And what I really like, once again, about the way they've designed this product is when you look down at both heads, you don't really see a significant difference. Where you do see that is when you go to play. So we're back here, going to take a couple swings, see what we can get out of this ES21 wedge. In the 56 degree, I'm typically looking for somewhere around 105 to 108 yards total carry. Definitely looking for spin just above or a little bit more than 10,000 RPMs to make sure I can hit the green and grab a little bit. So we'll hit a few for you here and see what comes of it. We're using the Titleist Pro V1X golf ball. First shot of the gate, hit my number, 106 yards. Spin's looking pretty good, about 11,000, as you'll see on the screen coming up here. Second shot, not my best swing, but as you can see with the ES21, does a nice job of controlling the shot. A little bit offline to the right, a little bit of extra spin. I probably hit that little toe side open, maybe a little bit lower than I traditionally like to play it. Didn't lose a ton of yards. Spin's obviously gonna alter the distance overall when it adds up like that. We'll hit a couple more. Pretty consistent. That was more or less the same swing I just had. It's 2 in a row there. Consistency overall. The ES21 got a little zip on that one, looks like. Spin's getting up there. Four shot in. A little bit left to pin. I don't mind these numbers. Obviously we want to be as close as we can with a wedge like this, 56 degree. We're looking to get it close to the hole. Spin more or less has been in the same realm all the way through. Somewhere between what, like 11,500 and just over 12,000. I'll give you one more swing here. Save the best one for last, it looks like. Good contact. A little bit of action, as you can see, as it lands on the green. Good numbers. Just under 12,000 RPMs of total spin. Plenty of action on these ES21 wedges from Mizuno. So we're obviously looking at our club data here. As I mentioned previously, my goal is to get just a bit over 100 yards. Typically, I play a little bit of a lower spin ball, so I'm seeing more or less 100 yards on average, which is exactly what I'd expect out of a ball like this. Spin rate, as you can see, in and around that 12,000 RPM range, which is excellent out of a wedge of this degree. And then offline, pretty controlled overall with only 2.9 yards of variance on either side. Worst being 5 yards, still very playable. All 5 hit the green, which is exactly what you look for out of a wedge.